Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for staying with us till the very end of the conference. Um, so this is the closing ceremony of the 43rd UGAT conference. And we will begin with updates from the Pang-Aghamtao Editor-in-Chief, Maria Mangahas, regarding current volumes of Pang-Aghamtao Journal. Maria, the floor is yours.
Hello. So I guess the update is that volume 28 for 2020 is available. It looks like this. Ta-da. And I don't know, I also want to introduce the newly appointed circulation manager. His name is Romeo Torin. Is he here? And we will figure out how members will be receiving their copies, because this is part, there he is. This is part of the dues, the membership dues that people pay. So this is actually for the year 2020, and the 2021 issue is forthcoming, but it's in process. I can tell you a little bit about this one. It contains articles. Actually, I have the table of contents. If I can share my screen. I hope you can see.
We can see, yeah.
Yes. So these are the contents of volume 28. Most of them came from the conference in 2017. So it's about rights among issues of the Moros, and also in the gender. And there's one special article about Japanese imperialism, which was delivered during the 100 Years of Philippine Anthropology Conference held at UT. So these are the very exciting articles you will find there. We have, I also wanted to show you, I also wanted to give credit to the editors. So the issue editors are myself with Augusto Gatmaytan and Cynthia Neri Zayas. Hopefully they are around. With help from the editors, Lilian, maybe they're all here, and Ike Oracion, Aileen, Suyen, Tuni, Ku, who's based in Taiwan, Rosario, and our associate editors, Christian, Kelvin, and Cynthia. And then the advisory board, some of them have been in the conference as well. So anyway, Aghamtao is the official journal of UGAT. And we just presented a paper about it, this conference. We think someone has written to tell us it is a neglected intellectual resource, which people should know more about. Apparently, it's not so easy to search for it if you look for it online. But actually, Aghamtao is available at the PSSC Knowledge Archives in digital form. So here is the address if you want to look for it. This issue came out late because we didn't have money to print it, because there was no paid conference last year. But we found funds from the Japan Foundation. So thank you to the Japan Foundation. I also wanted to share with you the call for submissions, which you will also find in the back. So we accept submissions anytime. And the issue editors will be looking out for theme issues, articles that go with the theme of the issue as well. What else should I say? Maybe going back to the table of contents, or I'm not so sure what else I should share. Anyway, so that's the update, that it's there and it's coming.
Maria, are you also going to share about the upcoming volume?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, the upcoming volume. I thought I shared it. So the upcoming volume is volume 29. oops, where is it? Sorry. It is not yet printed. It is about food. Sorry, I have to open the file. I'll just share the cover. That's all I have. So this will be for this year. We have articles by Butch Dialsita, by Mr. Tsuji, who is also attending this conference. Many of them are here probably. So there's on shipworms, corn, rice, and also about food away from the Philippines. Walang transversive except for here we have chim. Comparing Filipino and Japanese food habits. And we have also the first installment of the biography of E. Arsenio Manuel. So these are 6 articles in a series, as well as some other articles. So that's, I guess,
Thank you.
update.
Thank you for those updates, Maria. Again, we encourage everyone who presented a paper this year to consider submitting to Pang-Aghamtao Journal. We would very much like to receive your written outputs. The next section of this program actually is very much related to Maria's updates, because I think she mentioned that the journal that will emanate from this conference will be published 2023. Tama, Maria, no?
Yes.
Yeah, 2023. So we have a process for reviewing, but the next part of this program will be the announcement of the winner of the E. Arsenio Manuel Student Paper Competition. Let me just share my screen. Just as we said in the call for entries to the student paper competition, the winning paper will automatically be considered for publication. Of course, still needs to be reviewed, right? But we would no longer wait for the author to submit it. We will contact the author and tell them to maybe polish before submitting the article to Pang-Aghamtao. There was a good interest from the participants of UGAT regarding the competition. At the start, no, we asked when you registered if you're interested, and I think more than 20, I think 25 students in undergraduate, master's, and PhD levels indicated that they are interested, or they were interested. But then there was a deadline, right? We had to set a deadline because the judges needed to read the papers. But I think what happened was most of them ran out of time. So few papers were submitted, but we're still very happy with the quality of the papers that were submitted. Sorry, I have to backtrack. Because of that volume, 25, we expected 25 papers, and that can be too much to read if you're a judge, right? You can't read 25 papers in like 2 weeks. So what I did was I invited several members of UGAT to be the judges for this competition. And I initially divided the judges into the graduate category and the undergraduate category, because there were 12 graduate papers and 10 or 11 undergraduate. So parang yun yung ini-expect ko. But fewer than that were submitted. But it's a good thing that the judges that I've invited did not back out. And I actually invited 10 judges, 10 UGAT board members. I'm going to show their names here. So I've invited them. I made a sheet where they need to look at the criteria and the rubrics. So they were very generous with their time and their comments. What I like about this particular process was, of course, aside from making them assign certain points to certain sections of papers, I asked them for the qualitative feedback. And I think those of you who submitted, and even if you won't win, that alone, those comments from the judges is something that you will cherish, because it will improve your output. So many of them submitted qualitative comments, which are very, very incisive. And a couple of them actually annotated on the papers themselves, right? So what we plan to do is we will return the feedback to all participating students. And you can use those feedback, of course, to polish your paper and submit to Pang-Aghamtao, right? So even if you won't win today, there's still a chance for you to be published, right, in Pang-Aghamtao once you polish your papers. So again, I'd like to thank all these 10 UGAT members for agreeing to read the papers and comment on them. Let me just wait. I'm just gonna quickly read some comments on the winning paper. So the winning paper, these are some of the comments from the judges. The purpose of the paper is clearly stated. The paper has grounded its arguments well. Another comment from another judge: well-rounded, thorough in methods and engagement with existing literature, focused on a particular topic and relevant to the conference theme. Another judge said, I commend the vision of the research project, the writing is good. And then a fourth judge said, the strength of this work lies in its extensive literature review. The arguments crafted based on the gaps of the literature already provide a generative position on what this topic offers in anthropology. And then there's a fifth comment. This is a polished and substantively written paper. It has a cogent review of relevant literature and uses chosen key concepts to advance a coherent argument. Right, so let me see if the next slide reveals the winner of the award. So the E. Arsenio Manuel Student Paper Competition Award goes to, ta-da! Between Haves and Have-Nots, the invention of global and local digital divides in the age of American imperialism, written by Gwyneth Marie M. Vasquez of Ateneo de Davao University. Congratulations, Ms. Vasquez. So again, even the winning paper still had some points for improvement, right? So what I will do is I will send back the comments, all the feedback from the jury, from the judges, for you to consider in revising your papers before submitting to Pang-Aghamtao Journal. Okay, I think that's it for this part. Again, congrats. May I hear, is Gwen, are you here in the room?
Hello, Sir Sleepy.
Oh, hello. Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. Sige. Right, sige. The next part will be the distribution of certificates. That will be done by Marge Dino, the Secretary of UGAT.
Good afternoon, everyone. Right, so this part of our program, we're going to present a certificate of appreciation to all the organizers, moderators of this of the 43rd annual conference of UGAT. So the first certificate I'll be presenting is a certificate of the winner of the E. Arsenio Manuel Best Student Paper Award. I'll just share my screen. All right. And so Ugnayan Pang-Aghamtao Incorporated, Anthropological Association of the Philippines, Department of Sociology and Anthropology, Anthropological and Sociological Initiatives of the Ateneo, Institute of Philippine Culture, IPC, present this certificate of recognition to Gwyneth Marie M. Vasquez of Ateneo de Davao University for winning the E. Arsenio Manuel Best Student Paper Award for his paper titled Between Haves and Have-Nots, the Invention of Global and Local Digital Divides in the Age of American Imperialism, during the 43rd Annual Conference of the Ugnayan Pang-Aghamtao Incorporated, Anthropologies of Colonization and Beyond, an international conference held on December 7 to 10, 2021, online via Zoom. Signed, Skill TC La Bastilla, UGAT President, Enrique Nino P. Leveste, Director of IPC, Jose Joel P. Canuday, Chair of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology of EDMU. Again, congratulations, Gwyneth.
Thank you po. Thank you, everyone.
Sir Skiltic, can we have like picture of Gwyneth?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're spotlighted. So
Yeah, it's but like the Gwyneth and her certificate of recognition.
all right. Done. Thank you.
Right. And I'm going to present also the certificate of appreciation to all the judges of this year's E. Arsenio Manual Student Paper competition. Let me share my screen. So again, I would like to present the certificate of appreciation to Cherry Audrey D. Alfiler for being one of the judges of the E. Arsenio Manual Student Paper competition. Same certificate is also given to Zona Hildegard S. Amper, Aidel Bilamide, Lilian de la Peña, Gideon Lasco, Joson A. Lorenzana, Christian Rosales, Albert Santos, Noreen H. Sapalo, Yu Singguan. Thank you very much. And meron pa tayong mga certificates for the organizers and moderators of this year's conference. Okay, before that, I think I'd like to present, by the way, this certificate of appreciation certificate of appreciation to our first keynote speaker, Dr. Akiko Ikigoche, for delivering a keynote speech titled Liberation Pedagogy for Multicultural Society and Decolonization, again during the 43rd Annual Conference of the Ugnayan Pang-Aghamtao Incorporated, Anthropologies of Decolonization and Beyond, an international conference. Right, and here the certificate of appreciation. These are will be given to all the organizers and moderators of the 43rd Annual Conference of UGAT. So we have Ms. Annabelle Bonje, for being part
Marge?
of the
Sorry.
Yes.
Can you make your screen bigger?
Okay, so sorry. Yes. Right, sorry for that. I just need to remind everyone not to make unnecessary noise. Okay, so there for Miss Annabelle and as for myself as part of the conference secretariat, and also for Mr. Jesse G. Vargas Jr. for being part of the conference secretariat, and our technical support team. We have Jose Maria Fernando Balboa III for being part of the technical support team. Frances Catherine Marie Di Catipon. Maria Angelica Shilby Sales. And our session moderators, we have Ms. Josefina Socorro Flores Tondo for being the moderator of the keynote lecture titled Liberation Pedagogy for Multicultural Society and Decolonization. For same certificate is also given to Eric C. Thompson for being the moderator of the keynote lecture titled Particularization in New Zealand and Taiwan, an Exploratory Study. And same certificate is also given to Joson A. Lorenzana for being the moderator of the keynote lecture titled Decolonizing the Academy, Trans-Indigenous Possibilities. And also same certificate is given to Lilian de la Peña for being the moderator of the keynote lecture Crossed Histories and Transversive Anthropologies, Bridges Between the Philippines and Latin America. And also for Gideon Lasco for moderating the workshop How to Write for the Public. And for Cherry Audrey B. Alfiler for moderating the panel Decolonizing Historiographies of the Loob and the Externals, Philippine Postcolonial Moments of Local and Global Interactions in Anthropology, History, and Cultural Studies. And for Albert J. Santos for moderating the session A Facade of Languages, Conquering and Recovering Truth. For Jose Joel P. Canuday for moderating the panel The Local Rights Back, Imperial Knowledges, Blown Asunder. And for May Christine B. Cordinilio for moderating the panel A Malice and Defiance of Tongues, Reverenced, Disdained, and Subordinated. And also for Ms. Ana Raiza Trinidad Lagarto for moderating the panel New Palimpsests of Old Thoughts, Rereading the Manuscripts of the Ottibayer Collection. And also, same certificate is given to Rexar B. Fuentes for being the session moderator of the panel titled Archaeology, Natural Heritage, and the Nation from the Colonial to the Indigenous. And also for Skilty Sila Bastilla for being the session moderator of the panel Visualizing Decolonization. And for Alfred F. Pollack for moderating the session Distant Memories, Dissonant Remembrances, Accessing Hidden Subalterns from the Cultural Remnants of the Colonial Power. And for Zona Hildegard Umper for moderating Away from the Rustic Motifs of the Orban. And also to Marian May I. Halgalado for moderating Diasporic Faiths, Mobile Identities, and Patriotic Sentiments, The Becoming of Christian Filipinos. For Jesse G. Vargas Jr. for moderating the session Wisdom Keepers Among and Beyond the Conquered. And also to Marita Concepcion Castro Guevara for moderating the session Gendered Logics, Ruptures, Violence, and Mobilities. And for Enrique J. Oracion for being the session moderator of the panel titled Decolonizing Imperialist Knowledge Systems, Agriculture, Forestry, and Higher Education. And also, same certificate is given to Romeo J. Turing Jr. for being the session moderator of the panel titled Terms of Interiorities and Endearments, Social Practices of the Cultural. And for Annalyn D. Ramos for being the session moderator of the panel titled Emerging Media, Emergent Cultures, Ethnographies of the Digital. Ruby Jane D. Navarro for being the moderator of Everyday Politics of the Diachronic Ethnographies of the Precarious. As well as to Christine May Sumalina for moderating the session Performances of the Contemporary, Ascriptions of Current Indigenities. And also to Dada Dukot for being the session moderator of the panel titled The Oral and the Literary, Wagers on Public Memories and Remembrances. And also to Fernando and Siyasita for being the session moderator of the panel titled Encounters with Development, Reconstituting and Ecologically Configuring the Political. And also to myself for being the session moderator of the panel Bladed Realities, Sweetened Heritage, Lit Up Places, Signifiers of Inherited Cultures. And also to Ifinita M. Takiban for being the session moderator of the panel titled Plastic Entanglements, Encounters of the Global in Local Shores. And okay, we have, I think, 5 more or 6 more certificates for our moderators. We also have the certificate for Ms. Susanna R. Roldan for being the session moderator of the panel titled Perils of the Subject, Intersections of Robustness, Transgressions, and Transitions. And also to Dr. Mary Raceles for being the session moderator of the panel titled Research as Encounters, Urban Poor as Agents of Change. And to Dr. Marita Concepcion Sigivara for being the session co-moderator of the same panel. And also to Rosalinda Tomas for being the session moderator of the panel titled People, Nature, and Justice Affronted by Power. And also to Yo Singguan for being the session moderator of the panel titled Disciplinary Responses to Colonial Thinking. And to Hector Tiguazan for moderating the panel titled COVID-19 Pandemic as Invasion and Contingent Configurations, Remaking Identities and Improvising Life in Microspaces of Uncertainties. And same certificate, with same citation is given to Noreen H. Sapalo for being the session moderator of a panel titled COVID-19 Pandemic as Invasion and Contingent Configurations, Making Identities, Improvising Microspaces of Uncertainties. I think I need to update the title of some of the panel. But yeah, those same certificates are given to Noreen H. Sapalo and also to Yu Singguan. And we also like to present our certificate to our
Marge, before the
conveners.
next set, maybe those who the moderators who are present in the room, maybe we can take a group photo.
Yeah, please, Sir Scooby. I'm going to
you need to open your cameras for moderator's photo. Si Jessie murag natulog na siya. Doc Zona.
Wait ako.
Wait pa. All right. 1, 2. And then page 2. 1, 2. All right. Thank you so much, moderators.
Right, so before I forget, I'm going to present the certificate to our conveners. So let me share my screen. So the same certificate is given to Skilty Sila Bastilla for being conference convener of the 43rd Annual Conference of the Ugnayang Pang-Aghamtao Incorporated Anthropologists of Decolonization and Beyond, an international conference. Same certificate is, I think, let me, also same certificate is given to Josefina Socorro Flores Tondo. Let me just share my screen. My apologies for that. I prepared a lot of certificate and now don't know where to find. Yeah, sorry. I just need to open my files. There. All right, there. To Dr. Josefina Socorro Flores Tondo, again, for being one of the conference convener of the 43rd Annual Conference of UGAT. And to Dr. Eulalio R. Gueb III, also for being one of the conference convener of the 43rd Annual Conference of UGAT. Thank you very much again for the convener, winners, organizers, moderators of this year's conference. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Marge. I hope wala kaming nakaligtaan, pero kung meron, please let us know so we can prepare one for you. The last part of the program is the closing remarks from conference convener Dr. Ellie Gieb. Dr. Ellie?
I'm waiting for the video.
Okay, wait. Edo, sorry. Naka-ready ba yung video ni Sir Ellie?
Di po. Hindi ko po na-download yun.
Wait.
Okay, I'll play it from my end here. I'll look for it for a minute. Give me a minute.
Thanks, Sir Ellie. Sorry about that.
Good afternoon. Thank you for all the presenters. Thank you for all those who attended the conference. I'll share this on screen now. Good afternoon to everyone. I am Eulalio Gieb III, one of the conveners of this conference. On behalf of the organizers of this 43rd Conference of Ugnayang Pang-Aghamtao, or UGAT, the Anthropological Association of the Philippines, and the officers, members of the board, and all members of UGAT, allow me to thank the institutions and organizations and individuals who have helped us prepare and organize this conference. I cannot name all of you here, but let me give special mention to the Department of Sociology and Anthropology, Anthropological and Sociological Initiatives of the Ateneo de Manila University, and the Institute of Philippine Culture, also of the Ateneo, the Philippine Social Science Council, our invited plenary speakers who gave us their time to have a dialogue with us, our moderators who graciously accepted the task of managing the various panels, the different groups and many individuals who presented their papers, and a long list of many individuals, institutions, people's organizations, and advocacy groups with whom UGAT has partnered in several ways, and to so many more. To all of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It has been a week of collegial exchanges of ideas. This conference is a result of the hard work of so many individuals and groups who have helped UGAT put together everything that we have witnessed here. It has been a tedious process of negotiations, disagreements, debates, refinement of debates, reflexive self-critiquing, learning and unlearning, especially with the multiple challenges of these new mediated forms of holding a conference, something that to many of us may have seemed daunting and overwhelming. But just like in any field work, we faced head-on the uncertainties and trepidations of navigating through both the known and the unknown, the expected and the unexpected. The next move now is to evaluate ourselves on how we have carried out the task of recontextualizing so much of ourselves in variable conditions and circumstances of presence and emergence and re-emergence, including the manner in which we hold conversations with partners and colleagues, like this kind of a conference. Muli, sa inyong lahat, sa ating lahat, salamat kaayo, gracias, Diyos mabalos, thank you, maraming salamat. Our gratitude in several forms of expressed and unexpressed languages and gestures of appreciation. Until then, hanggang sa muli.
Maraming salamat, Sir Ellie. Dito po nagtatapos ang ating maiksing programa. Again, maraming salamat for joining us the past 4 days. It has been truly enriching. We wanted to join all the panels, and in a sense, we got to do that with our multiple gadgets. But again, we're very happy that that you participated very actively in the conference. Siguro before we log out of Zoom, can we have a group picture for everyone? UGAT members or non-UGAT members who are joining us today. You can open your cameras, please. Of course, in the physical meeting, this would have been like the party time, right? Chika time, but this is the best that we can do. All right. Is everyone ready? 1, 2, smile. Page 2, smile. All right. Thank you so much. We invite you, UGAT members, please join us tomorrow for the General Assembly. For those of you who have not renewed, please renew your membership so you can participate in the meeting. Those who are not yet members of UGAT, please go to our website, ugat-aghamtao.org, to know details of how to be a member. We also put in the chat box the link to the evaluation form for day 4. Please let us know how we can improve in future conferences. So that's it. Maraming salamat. Sir Ellie and Doc Jo, any final words, my fellow conveners?
Nakulang salamat po as in Diyos Mabalos from Bicol Region.
Yeah. Sa lahat, muli, maraming salamat, and see you in many more conversations. Okay? Ingat tayong lahat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
Congrats, natapos din.
Oh, yes, congratulations to our winner.
Thank you very much,
Ay,
Casey.
si Gwen. Oo.
Thank you.
Gising pa.
Ha?
Nga,
Si Jessie nga, nagulat ako.
Buti
gising
natapos.
pa.
alas 5 ng umaga or something?
Hindi pa,
Stress?
3 pa.
Anong oras dyan? It's about maaga dyan na.
3 a.m. daw.
Yeah,
3 a.m.
yeah. 3 a.m. of
May mga
Friday.
tayo, board members na hindi pa renewed sa membership.
Anong gagawin
We
sa
should remind them.
Dito ba si Marge?
Kapag ano, hindi nag-
Yata si March. Ay, Vince, maybe, sorry, pwede bang palipat na lang sa akin yung hosting? Baka kailangan ko balik. Nasa akin na? Oo nga pala. Okay. Thank you so much, Vince. Sorry. I forgot to thank you earlier, but thank you for being with us, staying the whole day. Vince yung sa Ateneo Tech team.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Vince.
really, big thank you to the conveners, no? Iski and Ellie. Talagang
Thank you sa ating lahat. Thank you, Joe, and thank you, Skip. Thank you, Jessie, lahat, Marge,
parang
Well,
maganda yung cooperation, maganda yung collaboration.
baka naman tayong ulitin nila next year, tama?